Board of Park Commissioners meeting, City of De Pere, August 21st, 2025, 6:30 p.m. Let's start out with the call to order.
Alderperson Channing-Hunniker. Here. Alderperson Defnet Ledvina. Here. Alderperson Essercon.
Here.
Randy Soki is excused. Jim Kneisel.
Here.
Elizabeth McMasters.
Here.
And Connor Mason.
Here. Okay, item number 2, public comment on matters not on the agenda. Comments made during the public comment period shall pertain only to matters under the jurisdiction of the Board of Park Commissioners. There's nobody in the audience here. Is there anybody at home? Guess not. Item number 3. Number 1, consideration and possible action to approve the Board of Park Commissioners minutes from the July 17th, 2025 meeting.
I'll move to approve.
A second.
Motion and a second. Any comment? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Number 2, consideration and possible action to approve a $2,500 donation from the Wochinske Family Foundation to the Recreation Scholarship Fund. Is there any discussion, first of all? I do have a question. That is funded at $52,000 already, I think, the balance?
Yep.
Oh, okay. And that just continues to grow.
And we continue to keep giving it out.
Okay.
So this year was probably a little lighter than most, but some years, we're kind of breaking even with the revenue that comes in and what we give out. But we don't advertise anymore. We can always look at how we could help in other ways, for a future agenda. But yeah, this year we're probably a little bit lighter than other years.
Okay. For now, do I have a motion on that?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Elizabeth moved. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Shayna. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Number 3, consideration and possible action to accept a $3,000 donation from Aurora BayCare Sports Medicine to sponsor flag football t-shirts. Do I have a motion?
I'll move to approve.
Okay, motion in Amy.
I'll second.
Second by Mike. Any comment? Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? That motion is approved. Number 4, consideration and possible action to approve compressor repairs at the Pere Ice Arena with funding to come from the Pere Ice Arena Fund. Marty, do you have anything you want to say about this? Or?
Technically, this is kind of just a formality. It's already been approved by emergency repair with the city manager.
Okay.
So, but we want to take it through the channels. Most of it was covered by insurance.
Yeah,
so really,
that.
our fee that we're left to pay is $2,500 for our deductible.
And that comes out of the city?
Out of the Ice Arena Fund.
Oh, the Ice Arena
Yes.
Fund, okay.
Yep.
All right, do we have a motion?
I'll move to approve.
Motion to approve by Amy, and is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Elizabeth. And any other comment? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Motion passes. Number 5, consideration and possible action regarding the ash tree grant from New Water. Marty?
So our park superintendent is online if you have questions, but I'll try to give you a quick summary of what you're looking at. If you recall, we had a grant that allowed us the opportunity to offer trees to our residents for street trees. While we were in the middle of that grant, we were informed that the grant was pulled from us. Hence, we had to go back to our residents and say, I'm very sorry you ordered a tree, but we can't give that to you free. Most of those tree orders were canceled. Fast forward a couple of months, the NEW has come back to us and said the grant has now been resurrected. We've asked for some assurances that, like what's the stability of the grant? Will it be pulled out from under us? They feel very good about it, but I think they also felt good about it before. So our recommendation is that we should attempt to try and take advantage of the grant, and we can take advantage of the grant seasonally so that, we would plant in the fall and we get reimbursement right away. So there's not a long period of time where it could get pulled out from under us. However, our recommendation is that if we were to go with this and for some reason the carpet would be pulled out from under us again, that the city back the purchase of the trees, simply because it would be terrible for us to go back to residents twice and say, well, sorry, we can't give you the tree the second time. That would be bad, in my opinion. So I think there's a very low probability of that. And I think it's a chance that the city, should be willing to take. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. The memo does give you a little bit of a description of how we would go about. We would look at reimbursing the people that purchase a tree. There was just a couple of them that were to get a free tree. Then we would go back to the people that had orders that were canceled. Once we get through those, then we would open up orders in the spring. But we would try to tackle the people that kind of got taken advantage of with the grant being pulled off from under them in the fall. So hopefully that kind of gives you a gist of what we're trying to do. But the big catch there is that we would want council to approve, if the grant would be pulled off from under us, that we would financially support the purchase of those trees.
Amy?
My only question is how many people, well, I guess it's kind of two questions. How many people were interested initially for approximately how many dollars?
Brian, I think it was 93, but maybe Brian can chime in.
90s. So,
Yeah, I'm just looking at the memo here. I believe it was around 93, but the total number of trees was right around 113, I believe.
so the cost is, it's an unassigned reserve. It's not a big,
Yeah, I believe.
$12,000?
Yes. Yeah, thank you. I thought that we had the number in the memo.
yeah, but
Yeah.
we can manage that.
That's why we're recommending approval, because at a worst case scenario, it's not like it's going to break the bank, so to speak. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot of money. I'm not saying it's, pennies or anything, but.
But trees are very valuable.
How much is the grant? Like, will it cover? It'll cover the 12,000, but like, is there a whole bunch more?
The grant is actually for up to 250 trees.
Okay.
So we would pursue different layers of this until we would plant up to 250 trees.
Okay.
How quickly can we plant the trees in general?
Well, we're hoping to get this approved quickly and by council September, because we would actually attack this with the people that had original orders for this fall. So there's roughly about 93 trees we would try to target and get planted this year if people still wanted those orders, which is a lot of trees for us to plant. And then we would look at new orders for the spring. But really, the grant expires, Brian, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the grant expires in 2026.
Correct. It's August 2026. So we have this fall and next spring to complete our planting.
Let's get planting.
If, Marty, if we didn't have enough residents wanting them as street trees, we couldn't apply them to putting them in parks or anything
Yes,
like that.
we could.
Good.
Yeah, and actually in the memo, we state that we would exhaust all avenues with our residents. And then when we've exhausted those avenues for street trees, bear in mind that you can't use them for personal trees, then we would look at park plantings.
Okay. Does somebody want to craft a motion?
Yep. I'll make a motion to approve the staff recommendation.
I'll second.
Seconded by Amy. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Unanimously approved. Let's go on to staff updates.
No.
Oh, no, sorry, number 6. Consideration of possible action to approve SBC project GV15 at Kiwanis Park.
If you read the memo, I think it's pretty cut and dry. The DOT and the project that's putting in the Southern Bridge Corridor and the bridge, they need a little chunk of Kiwanis Park, and the little chunk of Kiwanis Park is really irrelevant to the active part of the park. So we have no issue whatsoever with turning over that portion of Kiwanis Park.
Did you have a map or anything? Or is it so irrelevant that we didn't even?
It really is.
Okay.
Yeah. If you think of Kiwanis Park, it's a very long and narrow piece. The southern part of the park, which is probably about 2 to 3 acres, is the active piece. Then it's almost a conservancy that runs all the way up to Red Maple.
Oh, okay.
And then the piece that they need is right along Red Maple and has never been used since the start of the park.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions about that? Okay. Seeing none, there's no motion. It's just a staff update, correct? No, that's not. There is a motion required. I'll move to approve the project. Seconded by Amy. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That one passes unanimously too. Now we're up to staff updates. Staff update on donations to Recreation Department. There was a
my
list.
update would be is look at the memo.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of, again, any donation under $1,000, we just put in an update, for you at our meetings. And we had quite a few very generous donations that were under $1,000, over the past month.
Okay.
So thank you to all of those donors.
Yes, commendable. Okay. Future agenda items. Does anybody have any future agenda items? At some point, Marty, I'd like to get a recap on the beer gardens and thoughts moving forward, but I don't know when that would need to be.
Actually, our hope is to bring an update to you at the next month's meeting.
Okay, great. Anybody have anything else? I don't see anything. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Shayna, seconded. Amy. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? And we're done.